I mean, I've heard the studio version of that song, but to see you and hear you perform it, just you and the piano. I mean, guys, hello.
Yeah, that was just me, and you in the background, encouraging me.
Is it rough? Is it more difficult for you to perform like that when it's just you and your keys? Is there a difference between that and like studio headphones, tracks?
It's more, usually a lot of the songs that I do, they start on a piano anyway.
Right.
You know, so that always feels pretty natural to me. That's my natural zone. So I feel really good there. And but some songs I've like play all the music for and then I go and sing. Sometimes that works, and sometimes in the studio I can't. Like I have to actually play it and sing it, or else I'm like, it's the rhythm's off or something. I don't know.
Something I've always loved about Alicia Keys' music is you don't really paint broad strokes with what you write and sing about. You are point on. You get very specific about feelings, about your city, about now being a mother in a blended family.
Right.
You know,
Right.
look, family means so many different things to different people. I know what my family is different from your family,
Right.
but we make it work. And at the end of the day, it's what we do for love. It's our
and
family.
It's love. Yeah, exactly. And you're right. That's exactly the intention behind this album. This album is the most raw, the most honest, the most vulnerable, the most urgent, the most, fun and powerful album that I've ever experienced and created. And it's actually one whole body of work. Like this one, you can listen from the beginning to the end. In fact, you kind of have to listen from the beginning to end to really feel the entire story and what it's talking about.
A lot of artists come in, especially the EDM artists, say, well, I don't want to put an album out. I just want to put a single out here, a single out there. But the art and the artistry of putting out a story in album form, I don't know if it's here anymore, or it's not as important as it used to be. And you're saying your album is, no, it's a story. Listen to the whole thing.
Yes, the album here, my album here is definitely here for you to hear the entire body of work and this story and what it feels like and the emotion and the sonic of it and the sound, and you're going to feel New York inside of it. You're going to find yourself inside of it, and what we're going through as people, what I'm going through, and what we're seeing in the world, like what that feels like. And some of it is so specific, and some of it is you're going to interpret totally different from what I meant. And I think you're right. The art of a whole album, when you get a chance to ingest a whole thing that you love, the whole body of work, you love it. Like you're invested. You're like, this is my album. I really want people to feel like that, and I really believe that you will.
Now, I see these artists. I mean, and one of the things I love about The Voice is the story between you guys coaching and the artist. Some fantastic musicians coming through there.
Right?
Do you ever, I'm sure you've been asked this question, if you came up through the ranks and went on The Voice today, how would you do? How many chairs would turn for you? I mean, how would you do?
Honestly, I tell them all the time, I said, I promise you I wouldn't have made it through on The Voice. Like, I don't know if I would have made it. Maybe, but maybe not, because I was not as good as these kids are in regards to like executing a performance from beginning to end, like with such vigor.
But what does it tell us about how much talent is out there that we know nothing about?
It's true. I think there's, it's actually very inspiring, because the amount of people that come through with so much talent I'm like, where do they find all that? Where are these people living? This is incredible. So, we say all the time too, like, look, Johnny Cash might have not gotten a turn from The Voice. You know what I mean? Does that mean that he's not an incredible artist? Bob Dylan.
I was just going to say Bob Dylan.
Probably wouldn't have gotten a chair. Like, it doesn't. So the point is, though, also that also doesn't mean anything. If for some reason a chair didn't turn for you, that doesn't mean that you're not destined to be a great artist too. But there really are so many. I mean, the vocalists are so powerful. So it's been exciting. It's been inspiring. It's been hilarious. I've had the most fun. I'm having the most fun on that show. Then I feel like I'm with a bunch of like my friends and my brothers, and I'm like making fun of them, and it's
That's
really
my favorite part,
me.
watching the dynamic between all of you. And then when Miley says something and Adam tells her to shut up and you just start cracking up laughing, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like a circus. It's awesome.
It is fun. These songs started with a list of all the things that I was sick of.
Being a mom?
What do you mean by sick? What do you mean?
You know when you're just sick of some
Yeah.
You're like, you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the fact that as a woman, I have to be judged all the time by what I'm wearing or what I'm not wearing or like how I look or how I don't look. I'm so sick of the fact of that. I'm sick of the fact that if my son wants to paint his fingernails, it's like some big deal. Like, oh, he's painting his nails. Why is he painting his nails? Because he wants to paint his nails. Who
Right.
cares?
Right.
So it's like, I'm sick of the fact that here we are in 2016 and I'm trying to figure out if it's 1950 half the time I'm looking on the news. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of a lot of stuff. So I had never been able to really write a list like that. And I just encourage anyone who's listening, if you haven't written a list of things you're sick of, please do yourself a favor and write it. Because
Well, that could be a nasty album.
no, because it actually unleashes, I think, what you dream of and what you wish for and what you hope for and what you want for yourself. And I don't know if it's hard to know what you want for yourself, right? So anyway, that was kind of funny, and that was a good practice
A
for
good
me.
way to figure out what you want for yourself is to
What you
figure
don't
out what you
want.
don't want you want.
Which
You
is
know,
hence the sick of, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But what you do for love is definitely a song written out of love. I hear.
yes, no, there's there's so much love in all of these songs. I think it's just very honest, and so that's a good thing. And so for me, I was really learning how to be honest, like fully honest. Like, this is how I feel. Take me or leave me. I love it. My process of writing on this album has been different than any other time that I've written, which that's what you were saying. Every time it's a different story. This time it's actually been 4 creative like masterminds that worked all together, and we call ourselves the Illuminaries. It's myself, an incredible writer-producer, Mark Batson, another really soulful writer, Hera Lilly, and my husband, Swizz, which we never meant to do a whole project together, but we're happy that we did. And 4 people from 4 different places in the world kind of contributing all these instruments and thoughts and styles and playing and drums and everything. And it became this like incredible gumbo and collaborative like magic sauce.
Alicia, we cannot thank you enough. You dropped a great gift by doing your performance, What You Do for Love, The Blended Family. It's an amazingly beautiful story, and
Thank
it sounded
you
so
so
great.
much. Thank you.
But the album, Here, please check it out. The video, yeah, all of it. We're going to have it all up at elvisduran.com. Check it out. Congratulations.
I'm so excited. I feel like I never made an album before this one.
What a fantastic thing to say.
Isn't it so cool? Like, I feel like I'm at my best. I'm at my clearest, and like I feel I'm in my skin and in my swag, and I had never made an album before this one.
Well, let's all raise our glasses. May we all feel this fantastic.
Cheers.
Alicia Keys. Thank you, Alicia.